What if someone with over a decade of Google Ads experience looked inside your Google Ad account and told you exactly and specifically what was working and what was quietly draining your budget? That's what I'm doing in this video. I'm doing a full live audit of a real Google Ads account, and I found 5 critical mistakes. Some of them are obvious, but most of them are actually hidden in the default settings that Google have quietly turned on without most advertisers even realizing. I audit Google Ads accounts like this for my Teach Traffic members, and some of the mistakes I find in this video are evident in almost every account that I audit. Make sure you stay through the end of the video, because one of the last settings I find, most likely you have fallen for that trap as well, which will cost you money in wasted ad spend. All right, let's go dive into this audit and you're going to see what we find. And we can see that it was spending money by this red line, and obviously they've maybe dropped their budgets and now it's up again. This is the main campaign they've been running. I do know this was a new campaign that they've launched, so we'll definitely check that out. And high level, we can see that it's getting a pretty low click-through rate of only 1.64 and also a low conversion rate. So for a search campaign like this one, we like to look for at least a minimum of a 5% click-through rate and ideally a 5% conversion rate. So lots of areas of opportunity here, and there could be a number of reasons for these low click-through rate and also low conversion rate. So I always like to look at what we're tracking here first. So if we go to the goals section under conversions, we go to summary, scrolling down here, view all conversion actions. And this is really the main one that's picking up any kind of conversions. These are the 4 leads that it's generated. It says the tracking status is active. And we've got Google hosted clicks to call. All right. But if I go here, this is actually their website. This would be a conversion event. And obviously this is obviously not being tracked, because then that would be a separate conversion event for the clicks on this button. So that is, we're potentially then underrepresenting what is being generated from this campaign. So that would be something that I would also implement, because possibly there are more than 4 conversions. Okay, so that's area of opportunity number 1, is to improve that conversion tracking to cater for all the events. Let's go into here. And they are doing manual CPC bidding, which I'm not unhappy about given the low conversions. But what we can see here is we have a mix of phrase and exact match keywords. Okay, and so these are getting a good click-through rate. Let's first check if they have negative keywords in here. Okay, so they're using a negative keyword list. We will get to that in a moment, because first, let's have a look at our search terms. Okay, security camera installation, which is what they do, security camera installations. Okay, let's get some more data here. And these all look to be very relevant, which is great. So it's all about camera installation. Near me, I'm not sure if I would do camera installation. Probably get rid of brand traffic around specific cameras, as they're probably people looking to buy a camera, whereas these guys are just CCTV installers. Alarm system for house, I probably would get rid of. So one thing I notice here is that people are including locations. So security camera installation, Ballarat, Gippsland, Hoppers Crossing. So it might be worth creating a location style campaign to focus on those location type queries. And one thing I notice here is there's a lot of sort of brand type traffic here. So I would be adding all these type of keywords as a negative keyword, and all these adding of these negatives are going to ultimately improve your click-through rate, because your impressions will drop from getting rid of irrelevant If we scroll back up and we rank by clicks to see actually what people have actually clicked on, and it's all very much centered around the installation, which is good. Australian security system, I don't know what that is. So this is where you really need to discern the type of queries that people are writing. So it often is helpful to, put yourself in the frame of mind of you're the end user who's gone to Google and typed in these particular search terms, and then ask yourself, is that the kind of person I want? So for example, camera installation, I mean, it could be any type of camera, let alone, it could be a security camera, but it could also not be. So trying to get rid of the wrong kind of traffic. Another example, you may want to get rid of like alarm system if the security systems probably aren't alarm systems. They're more to do with cameras. So this is an obvious negative to add because there would be a number of instances of alarm system. If you want to know actually, because there's a lot of search terms here, how many people actually used alarm in the search term, you can easily scroll to the top and you can create a filter, attributes, where the search term contains, alarm, click apply. And then we can see every instance of, so there have been 36 impressions and no conversions. And these are all the variations around alarm systems. And you can have a look here to really see how that alarm search term performs in your account, and then decide, do I just want to add alarm as a negative broad match? Okay, so if we close that, so let's say we do. We go back here to, down here to keywords, down here to keywords, and we go to negative keywords. We can click on this to go to the negative keyword list, and we could potentially add alarm as a negative broad match here. To do so, we click on this plus blue icon, and then we would just type in alarm and click save. Going back to our campaigns. So adding all those negatives will look to decrease those impressions, which should in turn over time improve our click-through rate because we are no longer showing up for irrelevant terms. The next thing we'd like to do is to see how we can improve the conversion rate. And one way is to have a look at the search terms that led to a conversion. So if we go back into this, back to search terms, and what we can do, we can scroll across here and we can click on the conversions column and try and rank by conversions. Now, unfortunately, Google are hiding that information to us. So the 4 conversions that we have generated have been grouped into this other search terms column here. Unfortunately, nothing we can do about it. And Google is actually hiding about half our traffic, which is very frustrating. But sadly, there's nothing we can do about it. But that's what I would be monitoring over time, are the conversions that are happening. What are those search terms? What are the language that my customers are using that have led them to call me? Going back up, let's have a look at this dynamic campaign. A dynamic campaign is different to a classic search campaign where you don't actually bid on the keywords. Instead, you give Google your website or a specific page on your website, and based on the content of your page, Google will decide what terms to bid on. So you don't bid on keywords. Instead, you can have a look at the search terms, much like we just did before with the other search campaign, but you can only add negative keywords. You can't add positive keywords. If we go here to the ad group, we can see actually that has been set up incorrectly. So they actually do have keywords here, and they are all broad match, which is the classic mistake here. So in actual fact, this dynamic campaign is not a dynamic campaign. It's a normal search campaign. And to reflect how dangerous broad match keywords can be, if we go to search terms, and this has actually just been launched. So if we rank by impressions, we can have a look at what actually this campaign is showing for. So electrician near me, security cameras. So CCTV installation Perth. Now this is a Melbourne-based business, which is on the other side of the country. So they definitely do not want CCTV installation in Perth because they're not going to travel to the other side of the country, which is inherently the problem with broad match keywords. Geelong, yes, that is what they want. Let's just get a bit more data here. And we're showing up for all sorts of types of traffic, security cameras, home, CCTV Melbourne. So actually I was personally expecting it to be worse than it is. It has only been 1 day, so it still is very much early days. But in actual fact, what they need to do in order to create a dynamic campaign, if we go back up here to the ad group level, what they actually want to do is to create a new ad group. And we're going to click dynamic, click continue, and we're going to call this dynamic. All right. And we will be wanting to send the traffic here. So we will go to specific web pages, the exact URL. We're going to put in that, click add, click save and continue. Great. And then here we get to, we are unable to create a headline or a display or the final URL, which we know is definitely going there, but we can create our descriptions here. Google will be dynamically creating that headline, but we're just going to create 2 descriptions, each of 90 characters. Okay, I've just created 2 descriptions and then we click save and continue. And there we can see that we have actually created the dynamic campaign. Here is our dynamic ad target. The status is pending because it's going to take a little bit to get approved. Here is our ad. The next step is we want to add negative keywords to it. So we're just going to add our negative keyword list that we have so that we're not showing up for irrelevant keywords. Great. And then we should then go back up a step to our ad groups and pause this because it is not going to be serving us at all. I also might do a quick check of the location targeting for this. So we go to locations. It's targeting all of Melbourne. Let's have a look at the campaign settings. All right, we want to turn off AI Max. And one thing we want to check is we want to change our location targeting away from this recommended option to the people in regularly our included locations. And this is exactly how our ad showed up for Perth, because it's people who've shown interested in your targeted location. So we don't want that. So let's click save there. And those are the 2 settings that we need to save there. Let's check the other campaign doesn't have AI Max turned on as well. So if we go to our other campaign, we go to campaign settings. That's good. And AI Max is off, which is great. It does have 2 locations, so have a look at this. And I'm also going to change this to be that as well. So there you have it. The big change we made is that we fixed that dynamic campaign to actually be a real dynamic campaign. We changed the location targeting away from the recommended setting. This is actually one of our 14 Google gotchas that I'm aware of in the Google Ads system. I put together a handy guide for all the other gotchas. I'll put a link in the description. Make sure you download them as well so you don't fall for those money wasting traps. The other fix is we had a look through the search terms for the main campaign and we could see that we were showing up for lots of unnecessary traffic. So definitely review your search terms and add a whole bunch of negative keywords and that will improve your click-through rate and hopefully the conversion rate. And the search terms also revealed an additional strategy of possibly creating a location-based campaign so that you can better bid on those specific locations that you may want to target. If you like this video, don't forget, hit that thumbs icon and subscribe, and let me know in the comments what you think of this kind of video and if I should create more of them. Thanks for watching.